We're joined by Coach Turner and Callie Polk. Real quickly, in case you didn't hear it out on the court, the all tournament team was Tierney Kelsey of Indiana State, Cameron Runner from Evansville, Sharnice Curry-Jelks from Murray State, Keslin Sechrist from Murray State, and the MVP from Murray State, Callie Polk, as well as Hayden Ford was the Elite 18 award winner. Again, we'll begin with questions for Coach Turner, only from the media, and then we'll take questions for Hallie, followed by questions for Coach to wrap it up.
I'd just like to thank God for an unbelievable season, an unbelievable group of young women, an unbelievable staff, our administration that values women's basketball and has poured into our program and allowed us to do the things that we do, and it's going to allow us to do the things that we want to do moving forward. But, God is great, and he has been so good to us this year. We had some injuries that we fought through, but they just weren't bad enough that they couldn't play. Like, the things that Haven went through, and, Hallie and Sharnice and all of them have got some stuff that they just continue to play through. But we just want to give thanks to him first.
You guys went through a cold spell in non-conference play, and I remember you in a press conference that there was a comparison between last year's team and this year's team. To see the run that this year's team has gone on, what goes through your mind whenever you see the end result now of holding the Missouri Valley Conference Championship?
I'm not surprised because we just have really good players. I mean, our guard play is exceptional, and it all starts with them. And they just get us going. And then, you got Sharnice to clean up anything that we mess up. And we catch some plays like she did this week. It just takes us to another level. But, and then, Briley, again, she's not going to score a ton of points, but she just does so many things. She's the glue kid. And then I thought our bench came in and gave us good minutes this week. But this team, there's just something about this team that, I get nervous and I worry, but then when they get out there and start playing, I'm like, they got this. They handle it and just make big play after big play, big shot after big shot, and it's been able to carry us to this point.
Do you think there was a switch there just kind of midway through the season, even after the UNI loss? Just how have we seen this team continually respond after, not many setbacks, but the ones that were there, just the way they responded?
I think the response has come in the toughness and the grind of the season. I mean, we won 2 double overtime games in a weekend. We were out at UIC and we find a way. There's just been a lot of games this year because a lot of times coaches have to teach their team lessons through losing. And we've been so blessed to be able to learn lessons through winning. And I think winning is a habit. And once you start winning, that's the expectation. These kids don't expect to lose. These kids don't expect, doesn't matter what the deficit is, they're never going to stop playing. They never give in. They have more belief than even I did. I mean, sometimes they have to whisper that belief in me. But it's just a credit to our kids and how hard they work. They put so much time in outside of practice. And I think that's one thing that's lost is in today's basketball times, they just think kids want to check. Well, that's not what it's about. Murray State women's basketball, it's about family, it's about culture, it's about putting in the work. And these kids put in the work, and you have to deserve victory, and I definitely feel like they did.
Now having those back-to-back tournament appearances, Valley Conference Championships on, your record here, is that just going to show that you're not just building teams for seasons, but you're building a lasting culture in a program?
I think so. I think we're building a program here. We built piece by piece. It took us 9 years to get to really where we want to be. And it's just been by great recruiting, my assistant coach has done a great job, but it's more relationship building than anything. We didn't get Haven and Hallie and Kez and Sharnice and Briley and all them because we had the shiniest stuff. Let me put it that way. We got them because of the relationships that we built with them, and it is family, and we recruit their whole family. And it's just when you come into the office every day and you want to be there, and they're up and down the halls and they're coming into your office. Most of the time the head coach's office is like the principal's office. That's not the way it is. I mean, we talk about things a lot more than basketball. And we love each other, and I think that's what makes our program special.
Coming up now on the NCAA tournament, just what from last year? What did you take away from last year that maybe you can apply to this year's team? Does anything change, or just what goes through your mind when it comes to preparing for that now?
I think we realized the difference in size, athleticism, and what a Power Four school looks like versus, a mid-major. But I think the lessons that we learned from last year, I think our guards learned a lot. When we had some bad luck last year with Caitlin getting hurt, we played good in spurts, and then it was kind of over, real quick after halftime. But I think this team can go and compete. I have no idea where we'll be. I have no idea who will play, but I know that they'll be ready and they'll have a belief. And we'll take our tiny guards and we'll go compete.
To the game, can we take some questions from
Hallie, you had 33 points today, and you outscored Evansville by yourself in the first quarter and a little bit into the second quarter as well. What does it mean to you to really perform at that level at this stage?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the championship game, so it's always a huge game, but it's really credit to all my wonderful teammates. They make my job really easy. Coaches put me in really good situations that look really good, so I think credit to all of them.
I know it's special last year getting to cut down that for the first time, but I mean, how much more special is it to do it this year in your home state? Home city family is here too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's always super special, but especially in front of my family, a lot more people I knew were here, and so I think it also just speaks to the testament of this team. I think we found a way all year. It was super special to do it with this group because there's a lot of kids on this team that haven't accomplished what we did last year. So I think to share it with them was super special.
I'll ask you the same thing as coach, just the way that this group has responded, from non-conference to even that loss against CU1 and now, just what does it say about this group and how have you seen, this group really respond after those setbacks?
Yeah, I think if you would ask us in the non-con if we would be going to the NCAA tournament, I don't think any of us would have been like, yes, without a doubt. So I think it really just speaks to the growth of this team. I think we found a way game in and game out to win it, and I think we grew a little bit every single game. So I think that has really just shown who we are. I mean, we weren't the best in all of our conference games, but we found a way, and that's what's special about this group. So.
All right.
I would also like to, compliment Evansville. What a run. I mean, what a run. Robin did a great job all year long. And I was one of the believers. I know Cameron and some of them said, that people doubted them. I was never a doubter. I think the talent on that team is immense. When you have a guard like Cameron Runner, lots of things can happen. They made a lot of shots, especially this week. And, that group stays together. They're going to be a hard out next year for sure. But just wanted to give a shout out to Robin and her crew because, I mean, it's difficult to come into a tournament as a 10 seed and end up in the championship game. So we don't want that to be overlooked for sure.
You get one per.
Yeah, I have a question for Hallie. Being able to come back to Iowa, win this thing at home, and punch a ticket to the tournament, what's that been like for you, the OW here?
I mean, super special to do it with this group, obviously. But I think it's always special to go to the NCAA tournament. A lot of us got to experience it last year, and I mean, it's kind of the top of a lot of dreams for a lot of basketball players. So I think just really soaking in the moment and appreciating all the blessings we have in our lives. So.
That's it for me.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Congrats.
You want this?
Sure.